we went into it with no experience. In television whatsoever, and made a tremendous number of mistakes for the first year. I mean, still make mistakes every year, but I think, hopefully learning as we go and improving things. But we just didn't have any production experience, so we came in kind of knowing how we wanted to write it, but not knowing anything about the casting process, the editing process, working with visual effects, working with a production designer, all that stuff that you need to know. And it's been a steep learning curve.
They would get behind a project and they would give it a solid commitment.
We'd never produced anything for television before. We'd never produced anything for film or internet or anything. We'd written before, but we never produced. So when we went to George, probably it was probably like that bluff where you mistakenly think you have a straight and you actually don't. But we were so confident that I think we convinced George that, well, these guys seem like they really know what they're doing.
I said, I want it done. I want a faithful adaptation of the books. And they said, that's what we want to do.
Those should have been red flags. They weren't. They kept going. And that makes me sad. Anyway, I'm Lord Captain Commander Dunn. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reading more of James Hibbard's Puff/Shill piece, which comes off more as a hit piece. But first, allow me to bring in my lovely guests.
Good afternoon, all.
Hello. Also, welcome.
The current Wolf Lord of the Space Wolves is Logan Grimnar, also known as the Old Wolf. He rules from the Hall of the Great Wolf, together with his Wolf Lords such as Herald Deathwolf, Eagle Iron Wolf, and Bjorn Stormwolf.
All I got out of that was wolf, 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 and wolf.
The Space Wolves are incredibly uninspired.
I truly do love humanity sometimes.
No matter how many times I hear that, I always hear wolf, 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 wolf.
Yeah, oh my god, the whole video is even better. You got to look at the full video.
I'll have to go look at it.
Here, let me send it to you. I'll send it to you around Discord.
Okay.
Get more. Yeah.
Yep. And welcome, the White Dragon. Okay.
I love dragons that have different breaths. It's so cool.
Yep.
That's partly the reason why I love How to Train Your Dragon.
Yep.
Yes, pun entirely intended.
And we have one last guest, hailing from World of the Northern Lights. Welcome, Alex.
Yes, hello, welcome. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Short, sweet, to the point. Thank you for having me.
I saw your thing, Wolf. Thank you for show in the Anomaly Inc. You're not drunk enough.
Yes, I am not drunk enough.
Welcome, Leafcast brother Dan.
Force of nature guest.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, this guy is a fellow YouTuber. He's doing a first time read through of the Wheel of Time. I would suggest do subscribe to his channel. He's got some really good stuff. They actually do it with puppets.
Really?
It's
That's
really
neat.
neat.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is.
Neat.
Yeah, just totally subscribe to the channel. I highly recommend them. They're good guys.
Yeah, you're welcome, Done, by the way.
Yeah,
yes,
thank you.
Yes, and I am not drunk enough, Malachi.
I wish I could get drunk.
None of us are drunk enough.
Yeah.
It's too early for alcohol, so.
But what do you mean? It's almost 5 o'clock.
It's only 3 o'clock for me.
It's only 1.
Yeah, seriously.
For me.
There is a big massive time difference here.
Besides, the English use this excuse to drink at any time. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Let me say hi to some of the other people. Hi, Nihilus Nihilum. Howdy, Johan. Howdy, Bekarib. Good to see you as ever. Also, already welcome Leafcast Dan. I think that's everybody in the chat, but that's interesting.
That is a freaky profile picture of a
It's a moth.
Or
it's a moth.
That is freaky.
Yeah. Oh, and we have guest number 6 coming in. Please welcome.
I swear, I keep finding these fucking bugs in my room, and I keep landing on the damn computer screen.
Alrighty, so okay. Alrighty.
Hello, Valerian.
Alrighty, so for context of where we are starting at Chapter 8, the Battle of Blackwater.
Also, I took a look at that stream after I jumped off. I was like, wow, I really could have just stayed for the last few minutes. I would not miss a thing. I really could have just stayed for the last few minutes.
Alrighty, so okay, so it starts off with it actually starts off with a blurb about Rome.
What?
Oh no! What are they gonna say about Rome?
Well, essentially, like HBO's Rome specifically. It's basically talking about how.
Thank God.
So basically, like, there's a battle, Pompey, Magnus, and Julius Caesar turning from allies to enemies in their climactic battle, say win or die. So, and in the show, how they describe it is what follows was a few seconds of blurry close-up images, such as a sword hitting his shield in slow motion. The next scene, you see Caesar in his tent. He's really tired. He says, "Send to Rome, tell them Caesar won," and then Caesar took a nap, exhausted from all the fighting that we did not see. So basically, like, what it's talking about is how Rome was typical of how battles were done in fiction. You do a lot of buildup, and then a small fragment of the larger conflict, as opposed to showing the whole battle. Okay, so let's see. So the climax of Clash of Kings was exactly what the title was. It's a big campaign. Wow. The battle is, I've forgotten that the Battle of the Blackwater is over the course of 5 chapters. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, that's actually nothing compared to the last Battle of Wheel of Time. The last Battle of Wheel of Time is like several hundred pages.
And probably a couple of chapters.
No, it's just one solid long chapter.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
Okay, so the last battle chapter is nearly 200 is 190 pages.
Wow.
And it's one solid chapter with multiple POV shifts throughout.
Sounds like
Okay.
fun.
It is awesome.
I just, Jesus, Don, did you already lose November? No, oh my God!
I clearly missed something fun.
Basically talking about how how book 2, the battle.
Isn't it all like Brandon Sanderson's battles?
Yes, because Brandon Sanderson wrote it.
Oh, nice. In that case, I think I have to sink my teeth into that next. Well,
that's
after I get the 4th book in the series.
Stormlight Archive.
Yeah. Yep. How's that going, by the way?
I'm on, let's see, chapter 32.
Nice.
And I'm more than halfway through it.
Excellent. I'm excited to chat about that. Yeah. So, but if you want to get to A Memory of Light, that's 14 books down the line.
Wow, yeah.
So you're going to need a whole lot of audio credits for that one, or just buy a lot of books.
I think I am, and I've still got a couple of days before I have to pay for the next month. But I'm leaning towards just leaving it.
Yeah.
And then using a credit for
Wheel
the
of
next
Time
one.
Wheel of Time is great. What are you talking about?
It's the best
ever.
On the first day that I joined Dunn's server, I was in a conversation where I asked people if they had any recommendations for fantasy books. I pretty much already had written down already, thanks to Dunn's recommendation, every book that Brandon Sanderson ever written.
Pretty much. But Brandon Sanderson didn't. He only wrote the last 3 Wheel of Time books. He didn't write the other 11.
Yeah, because the original author died and Brandon Sanderson decided to take over.
Yep. Well, anyway, welcome Thunderous Bagel. Welcome Nick.
Oh, hey, woman lover.
How's it going? Anyway, let's keep going. So, okay, so basically detailing how it's a battle between Stannis Baratheon leading an invasion, while Tyrion takes charge of the defenses of King's Landing. Like a lot of the other conflicts, the battle is weighted so that there are reasons so that you can support both sides. Tyrion, the audience really wants the teaching. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's Rebecca the wrong way around.
That works. All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that works.
Must type it upside down or something.
Is she in Australia or something? Because everything is upside down there.
I'll have to talk to Anomaly about that to confirm that.
Yeah.
In Australia, everything wants to kill you. Even the sheep. Even the rabbits.
Even
the rabbits just want to eat everything.
Especially the emus want to kill you.
Yeah, all the Australians should be ashamed of themselves for losing that war.
Technically, the emus now own Australia due to the.
How do you lose a war against flightless birds?
Watch out! We're making another off joining. He's gonna probably be talking about.
Anyway,
the only bird bigger than an emu is an ostrich, and those things can slice you open. They can disembowel you with their claws on their feet.
Okay, so Rebecca says she's British.
Ah, nice. Cool.
Yeah, but they have like machine guns and stuff.
Idiots.
House rules, Sammy. Driver picks the music. Shotgun shuts his cake hole.
Rebel.
Okay.
Okay. I'll only rebel if Neph rebels.
You do? Well, come on. You want to read this book. It's funny.
Yeah, it is. And besides, that was going to be my last word on that anyway. So.
Yeah. Alrighty. So you want Tyrion to prove himself a leader and survive, but you also want Joffrey to lose because Joffrey is awful.
Joffrey's Joffrey.
Yeah.
Stannis
isn't necessarily likable, but he has the right claim to the throne, and his armada is led by the ethical Davos Seaworth, who is a good guy. novels and show. Tyrion sets the approaching ships ablaze with napalm like wildfire in the book. He also constructs a giant chain that's hoisted across Blackwater Bay so that, well, let's have Martin tell it. There's a giant chain strung across the bay so Stannis can't get away and they were trapped in the flames. Okay, said George. Apparently his eyes were alight as he described this. Boats are slamming together and locked together so that they form a temporary bridge across the river. Stannis has a large army on the south side of the river, and he's trying to get them across. So when the bridge of boats is formed, his men start rushing across, and the defenders have built 3 large trebuchets flinging wildfire across them. Then Joffrey starts flinging the bodies across the river of traders who were planning to sell the city out. Not a very smart decision since the guys owed the crown money.
Yeah.
None of that is in the show. The workaround for that was this. So it's a really complex, pretty epic, and the only kind of the sort of sequence that Martin thought was the only way possible to do it was in the reader's imagination. So because of budget up to that point,
Wolf, what are you laughing at?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Yeah, look at the comments.
Yeah. Marrying your sister or your first cousin can have very bad effects on the offspring, especially if your family's got a
history
of doing that.
Oh, hey, I text a speech device reference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I'm getting flashbacks from that movie we just watched. Oh.
Don't worry. There, in case, can you upload it onto YouTube without getting struck?
I'm gonna edit it, so I'm gonna try and edit it so I can. We'll see.
Yeah, especially that one scene.
I'll put a blur over it. So the movie. So to kind of build some hype, the movie was Sleepwalkers. Everybody
I did not like it.
Yeah, everybody except me hated it. I just found it hilarious.
I'm not.
It was kind of funny, but the cat genocide at the beginning just turned me way off.
When I'm not laughing, and you are, there's the problem.
Yeah, there was something that I had noticed after we ended the live stream. The stream. I was like we follow the kid one of the whatever you call him, through the most of the movie, and then he just dies off screen at the end. I'm like, oh, okay, that was dumb.
Yeah. So Battle of the Creed. So kind of it avoided filming battles, but the Battle of the Green Fork and Whispering Woods, they weren't critical to portray the story. They can work fine off screen. David Benioff said season 2 was so much about a country at war. We felt like if we didn't see the most important battle of this entire war on screen, we were going to be shortchanging viewers. Ha 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 ha.
Quick point and laugh condescendingly.
Yes.
Shortchanging viewers. Shortchanging viewers.
You have so much material, and yet you decide to film fluff filler instead of something that's actually important.
Yeah. I'm just like...
I mean...
Oh, wait, you're serious. Let me laugh even harder.
I don't have that. Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of part of the course for these two at this point.
Yeah, it's just insane. Let me keep...
This is nothing.
Oh, yeah, this is nothing. Yeah, well, it's mainly just like he's saying we shouldn't be shortchanging viewers, and then he shortchanges the viewers like crazy in season 5.
That's the part I can't wait to get to.
What the fuck? What the fuck? It's only 4 in the afternoon. Why am I yawning so early?
I don't know.
Yeah, he does that
I
Joker
yawned
laugh a
earlier
lot.
too. I don't know why.
Mark Hamill will forever have the best Joker laugh.
Yeah.
I like Heath Ledger. He did it so well.
Why?
He did really good, but the laugh of the Joker is.
Yes, that's Joker laugh.
To be honest, I think a very underrated laugh is Kevin Michael Richardson in the Batman cartoon from 2004. It's very exaggerated and maniacal.
Yeah.
If that's a word, but
Yeah.
it fits the show.
Yeah, it's
Jesus
the
Christ,
show
my
is
allergies are coming
the show
back.
is very much a Saturday morning cartoon, and very much like lacks a lot of the grittiness slash hard hitting moral dilemmas that the Batman animated series did.
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
agree.
great. Now,
All right, let's keep going. So there was just one huge problem. There were there were many problems, but there was one particularly huge problem.
uh-oh.
What is it?
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Oh, we
Oh
lost one.
crap. Oh no. Oh no. Oh guys. Valerian got.
Valerian. What happened?
Valerian.
I think he might have got yeeted out of the sky by a ballista or something.
No. He got Valerian-offed.
Oh,
Oof.
Yeah.
Next time, let me make that joke. I started that fucking pun.
So okay. So there was no possible way to stage a major battle sequence with the show's season 2 budget. So the showrunners also promised HBO their series didn't need big wartime sequences, and had even put that pledge on public record.
Oh boy.
Dear Lord.
Oh gosh.
I refute that claim. There are movies that have done better battles with less money.
Yeah.
So welcome, Craig. Welcome to what's this? Crix9. Welcome.
I'll call you
Glad to see you
Crixus.
here.
hello there.
So it's not a story with a million orcs charging across the plains. Dan Weiss told The Hollywood Reporter in 2008. The most expensive effects are creature effects, and there's not much of that. Not much, except depicting thousands of ships on fire and armies clashing on sea and land in a sequence that would blow out the budget of a feature film, let alone a TV show.
They only don't have enough budget because they have no money management skills whatsoever.
So I think I think that they at least were somewhat in budget for season 2. We haven't had any evidence that they were. I know for a fact.
Let me look at the season 2 budget.
Yeah, the season 2's budget was pretty good, and they just kind of wanted to film a battle, but then they ran out of money, and so they decided to do just cheap pickup shots.
Okay, here it is. All right. Okay, for the second season, the series received a 15% budget increase for the climatic battle in Blackwater, which had an $8 million budget.
You can do a battle with that kind of money.
And they did. And they actually did do a pretty good battle. The episode is one solid battle, so it's 50 minutes of battle. And it's pretty good.
I would say it's a pretty enjoyable episode overall. It felt well paced. The action sequences were pretty good, I have to say. The dialogue was solid. I'd say that it was a solid overall episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got.
It is.
Yeah, they had.
And you had George R. R. Martin writing it. Since George R. R. Martin is an actual television screenwriter who is.
He has experience. These two lack. But according to the wiki, they had a 15% budget increase for this season.
They cut so much from that battle, though. Like you could tell they sort of pushed the budget in a way because they cut like so much compared to the books.
Yeah, I think that partially it's just you're able to have a giant battle.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so... Jesus Christ, I didn't... Holy crap.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they also get Neil Marshall since they weren't experienced with it, with battles, so they got an actual film director. But this is also where you find the I represent the perv side of the audience, put the specific prostitute who's ambiguously brown into the scene nude now.
Yeah.
Yep, I know. I mean, I guess he does like the ambiguously done women.
Mm-hmm.
You saw that coming.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Hey,
you're in it.
Oh, hey, he's back.
I gotta add a new title.
Did you
This is
respond?
my appetite.
I got Beleriand. My internet decided to go out just when the Lord Commander chap said there was one big problem. Then I ran up to the mic and said, Beleriand? I'm not Beleriand, I'm sorry, Benioff? And then immediately my internet went out. So I don't know what the big problem was.
Yeah. Okay.
The big problem was that they claimed they didn't have the budget to do it.
They claimed,
Oh, budget. Okay, so
Yeah,
what
well,
a
like
big
wait, which season are we talking about? Season 2?
We're talking about the end of season 2. We're specifically this whole chapter is about the Battle of the Blackwater. It's chapter 8.
Yeah, around this time each episode cost in season 2, I would say, for based on my reading, $8 million every episode.
Yeah.
And then you saw a 15 budget increase for the battle of Blackwater Bay. Let me put this into calculator really quick since I suck at math.
15% of 8 is probably around 8 million is probably 750 million. Well, $750,000.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I can't do math to save my damn life.
So okay, so Game of Thrones reached a pivotal moment, and it was before the production was truly ready. The outcome of the challenge would define the series. So it's one of the biggest spectacles in the books, and it's one of the first. So up to that point, Thrones was a character drama, was either going to continue as a character drama or as an occasional sword and direwolf, occasional sword fighter or direwolf, or was going to become a television cinema hybrid, unlike anything previous. So usually an episode of Game of Thrones was shot in 2 weeks, but even a downsized version of Blackwater would take a minimum of 3, plus extra fun for staging the on-the-ground action, extra casts, and special effects. They needed a multi-million-dollar stipend, and just as critical, and to establish a clear precedent with the network and the fans that would make future battles not only possible but expected. They didn't want Julius Caesar to take on Julius Caesar taking a nap after the battle. I'm like,
let me take a nap, god dang it.
No, people are going to be exhausted after a huge battle like that. Of course they're going to want to take a nap.
Basically what they're saying is they didn't want to skip from the battle to Julius Caesar being exhausted. They didn't want to skip the battle. That's what it's talking about.
Oh, no, I understand not wanting to skip it, but...
Yeah. But yeah, it's fine. It's just like they wanted to not just do that. Since that's basically all you get with Rome. You just get the beginning, you get like 1.5 probably like somewhere around like 2 to 3 seconds of fight, and then Caesar after it. You don't see the full battle.
I don't get why they were so like. I don't know why HBO didn't give it a little bit more of the budget, to be honest, for that whole battle. Like, I get they gave an increase, but they, in my opinion, they should have given more, especially what they did with Rome and that whole budget and how much they knew battles like this takes. Like, I feel like they knew they had a hit on their hands, but they still sort of groveled over the budget for this battle.
According to this, the budget for Rome was combined a total of $100 million.
So that was $10 million per episode, or was Rome 8 episodes a season?
There are 12 one-hour episodes. HBO paid $85 million and BBC did $15 million. And then for every episode in the first season, BBC contributed £800,000.
Okay.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of
so
money.
you should have saw how Rome did, and that did somewhat well for the budget, and they knew Game of Thrones was much better than that, and yet they still, groveled over the budget. It was still less than a Rome episode.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
technically,
let's
I
keep
won't
going.
technically
Let's keep
blame
going.
them entirely considering Rome flopped.
Yeah, Rome did not get the viewers. It did not become a pop culture phenomenon like Game of Thrones did. Game of
And yet they still-
Thrones really took off, and then it kind of crashed and burned.
It didn't crash. It just exploded like the fucking
It
Earth
didn't even,
like different.
no, they couldn't even. No, listen, White. They couldn't even have a Florida explosion. They just put a stock explosion effect. It just said insert destruction here.
They
should-
Oh, Bat1 PNG.
It just popped like a bubble. That's all. It popped like a bubble.
You would have
Yeah,
never
let's-
came on board, but they should have gotten Vince Gilligan to write the final season, because at least it would have been good, somewhat.
No. All you need to do, get the kids who wrote the virtual season eight to do the final season. They actually wrote a good season 8, which I'd be interested to watch that with any Game of Thrones watchers to see whether that's good or not. The nice thing is it's on YouTube, so we can just do a commentary on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
so a
good
live
one.
stream, do a live stream on that, maybe?
Yeah, I'd be down to do a live
That'd be
stream.
interesting. That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
it'll
I'll keep
only-
the
Would it
recommendation.
be littered with profanity?
No, maybe
Oh,
like
there's
a
a
little
fair
bit.
The
Maybe a little bit.
Hound cusses a lot. The Hound cusses a lot in their rewrite.
But nobody else really swears that much.
Yeah.
Wait,
I don't remember.
where are you guys watching?
Oh, the virtual. So basically, so a bunch of college students.
Oh, right, I
wrote
know. They made a better season 8 before season 8 came out, and then they're like, wow, this version's better.
Pretty much, yeah. I didn't hear about that until after season 8, so I watched it. It's a radio drama where they get a full cast and crew. Well, they get a full cast to basically voice a radio play. And
Yeah. For me, I was like, they should have.
And the worst thing is, it came out 6 months before season 8.
Oh, it came before season 8. It
Yup.
wasn't a rewrite.
No, this is.
Okay. I totally thought this was a rewrite. You made it out.
No, it's not a rewrite. Like it's always like I think I tried to make it clear that this is a pre-rewrite almost. They made this way before season 8 came out, so it's not like they had something to base it off of. They wrote it before season 8, and it was better than season 8.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's. I'm glad you found that amusing, Count Valerian.
Yes, pardon me. I mean,
It's there. Oh, hey, we got a new person here, the
Okay.
Serpent. And fair
Oh,
enough.
thank you, Serpent.
Oh,
All right,
wow.
Leafcast Brother Dan, if you want to come on, I will put you on. We'll do that. Maybe we'll do that like Wednesday or something. And this Friday we're gonna do the what is it? No, it was I believe Boston University is what they
Oh,
did.
let me see here.
Austin Film Festival. Austin Film Festival is not a college thing. It's a group
Boston
of
University.
writers. Yeah, it's Boston University. Anyway, going back to our
I want to point out what the Serpent here said. In fairness, it's not hard to write a season 8 better than the one we got.
yeah, but it's
No,
funny.
it's not. But it
but-
happened before season 8 came out, which is what makes it so funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even a demented chimp can write a better season 8.
Well,
than
it's
they did.
just really funny that it's hilarious to me that a group of college age writers wrote a series that is more consistent and has a better ending than two 50-year-old supposedly experienced television writers.
And they went to the most
billions.
And they went to the most expensive film school too.
Yeah.
Shows that
Game of Thrones.
showing that paying big bucks for big school does not equal big brain.
Well, honestly,
That's
no, it's a joke. Basically, they said of Game of Thrones that Game of Thrones was the most expensive film school.
All right.
You don't remember that? Watch.
I do remember that.
Oh my god!
I'm surprised you don't.
Oh my god! I can't believe it. I can't believe I actually forgot about that.
To be fair, any big budget thing like that's going to be like a learning experience, but it was really like narcissistical and cocky of them to say, hey, it's just like film school. We had no idea what we're doing, you know?
And the problem is they kept making the same mistakes that they made in the pilot in season 8. They didn't learn anything.
No, they didn't learn anything at all.
Let's get to the stuff.
Yeah,
Can I just say one last thing before we move on? It's funny. HBO, they didn't learn the lesson. Game of Thrones was a failed pilot. They fixed the pilot, and it was amazing. The whole show was amazing for most of the seasons. Then you have seasons 7 and 8 and partially of 6, where it all comes crumbling down.
Season
5 was bad. 5 was really
I'm
bad.
talking about purely in terms of ratings and critic reviews till it started crumbling down. Which is what HBO sort of cares about. They care about how much viewership it gets.
I don't know anything.
I really don't know. It's basically just right now they're just attached to it, and it's going to be a trash fire because.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be trash fire. It's these two and kind of Ryan Johnson because I don't like Ryan Johnson's style. And
no, I completely agree.
And even though he's just a producer, maybe he'll be better as a producer than as a writer because he's not a good writer. He relies on the same contrived scenarios to get his characters out of problems every single time. And it's just the pattern is very consistent. But we'll
so the same problem as The Last Jedi had, Knives Out had.
In a lot of ways, yes. They're not as grand scale because Knives Out is its own original property. It's mainly just the character decisions are kind of questionable. But we'll keep going and we'll talk about it.
I just wanted to say before we move on, I'm just shocked they didn't give Blood Moon a second chance because they canceled it because the pilot was bad yet.
I think partially because HBO is trying to at least appear performatively woke. And
yeah, there were definitely issues with that. I'm just saying, it's funny. They see Marvel making a TV cinematic universe and DC and Star Wars, but yet they're just like, we're gonna make one show. We're totally not gonna capitalize on this, and we're just gonna, let this burn out, which it is.
Check private chat.
Yeah, and I saw it. So deadline. Okay, so it's still working. Okay, so it's still going on. Okay.
I wish that show got ended. That whole show.
Well, kind of the thing is with Blood Moon, they after like what they did with Watchmen. With I haven't seen Watchmen, but I've heard that it tackles a lot of issues that are kind of related to racism, race, that sort of thing, and just and kind of like I know that it does. I don't know how well it tackles it. A lot of fans of like the comic really don't like, then the original movie don't like it. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't really want to watch it because it's not really my thing. But just based on Watchmen and what they're doing with Lovecraft Country, they would not do the thing where the children of the forest used to be black people and then they got cursed into becoming these green-skinned elf creatures that got cursed.
They realize exactly in their attempt to be exclusive, that's technically kind of underhandedly just permanently, but not really, racist.
Yeah, like it's like I'm not about, like, I'm not horribly sensitive to stereotyping or like if it's just like I'm not offended unless it's like really bad. Like my bar for like for like bad racism is stuff like Transformers 2.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on that horrible movie. I mean, I love Transformers, but don't get me started on Transformers 2. That movie makes me want to vomit.
I just don't call it Transformers. I call it Bayformers because it is not Transformers.
Oh yeah, if you want to watch a good Transformers movie, watch Bumblebee. That was made by a true fan.
Or better yet, wind back your clocks and go watch the 1984 film.
The 1986 film. The 1984 was the TV show.
I'm pretty sure it came out.
But
or you could watch any of the early
Transformers
shows.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's like making the children of the forest black people that got cursed to becoming what we saw in the show, where they're tiny, green-skinned little gremlin people. I'm like, wow.
No,
that is a bad choice. That's a really bad decision.
I saw a trailer for Lovecraft Country, and I saw Jordan Peele. I'm like, okay, nope, he's gonna freaking miss the point with Lovecraft.
Yeah, let me see.
That's like what J.K. Rowling did in Harry Potter. Of course, all the bankers are people with long noses and the dwarves, elves. Well, I don't know what you'd call them, but that's totally not secretly anti-Semitic. You know, you're totally trying to say that.
I don't think that was anti-Semitic. I think that's just actually just the I think it's just that's just how goblins are generally described.
So I know,
so that's generally what the children of the forest. That's what they look like in modern times, and supposedly they were going to retroactively change the continuity of the books to make it so that they used to be black people that got cursed by the white people.
So wait, George R. R. Martin is not. That's not his take on, or I guess what he created the children of the forest to be. They are not, at least according to canon. They are not black people who got then turned into children of the forest.
No, they're not even human.
Nope.
Oh my gosh, Jesus! Why would Jane Goldman do that? Like, she was a good writer. I like what she's done, especially with Kingsman.
I want to see them kiss. Oh my god! I see this. I gotta make the song joke. But,
yeah. So
Marcos Kovacs in bed with the goblins.
But yeah, they were going to curse black people. Like, we don't know anything about the children of the forest, but they are certainly not human. They are the bad guys.
And we don't know if they ever were human either, right?
Well, no, it's like they were not human. They're like the giants, where they are the first inhabitants of Westeros, and they had magical powers. And it's only when humans came over to Westeros, the first men in them joined together, and probably, at least in some cases, probably likely in the case of the Crannogmen, they slept together or intermarried to keep things peaceful. But yeah,
they have claws, and they they claim to live for millions of years.
So yeah, they're not human at all, and they decided to make
them cursed.
Yep, apparently cursed. The original inhabitants of Westeros were all black people that got cursed, that became cursed, and then had to go north.
No, it sounds to me as if the forest people are George R. R. Martin's version of the Fae.
Exactly.
That's what it sounds like. And the Fae were never, ever human.
Yeah, exactly. But because they wanted to do something that was outside of George R. R. Martin's influence, or at least like beyond the scope of George R. R. Martin's books, or at least like had no source material, they realized that they didn't have that much like representation in it, because Westeros during that time period is pretty white and isolated from most of Essos. So they decided to insert diversity by making the children of the forest black, and then at some point during the show, they would be cursed to become the children of the forest that we saw in the original show.
How fucking tone deaf are they? Fucking hell.
Oh my god, no.
Does anyone not understand when you try to force this stuff, it never works well. It always backfires.
And if you live in a place that has winters like that, you're not going to have dark skin.
Yeah, no. It's
You're not.
If
Well,
they
it's like-
wanted,
Yeah,
It
you know,
has, yeah, go for it.
yeah, you know, this is
wanted
exactly
diversity,
this is partly why the quote unquote tolerant are actually some of the most racist people.
well, if they wanted diversity, they could have used Essos or the Summer Islands. There are
No,
the Summer
no,
Islands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait.
It
really
says
bad.
more about the people who are writing this than it does about the people watching this show.
Yeah. And essentially, like, it's kind of one of the reasons why I say that Joshua David Belland is a secret white supremacist who's masking as a really woke English professor.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're getting far off topic here.
Yeah, let's. So
Are we
anyways,
really,
though,
though?
yeah. Well, it's like we're still talking about Game of Thrones relatively, but I still had to put in that plug of like Joshua David Belland is a secret Nazi. He even looks like
certainly.
a skinhead.
Yeah.
Even looks like a skinhead.
I call him
Yes.
Belland because that's what he looks like to me. He looks like a Belland. And if you
Yeah,
know what Belland is,
maybe-
it's a British slang for a very fun word.
Yeah. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. So apparently Dan Weiss yeah. Yeah. It's shocking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's really bad. So Dan Weiss, we were really nervous going into the second season about that episode. There was talk about turning Blackwater into a land battle, which would have been terrible. David Benioff, or doing it off screen. Dan Weiss, my lord, have you heard? They're at the bay. David Benioff, we went on bended knee. Just this once, please. Dan Weiss, we pleaded and begged with Michael Lombardo. We were negotiating. We had this big conversation about how many boats we could we do. Michael Lombardo, the question was, could you have a sophisticated grounded drama with fantasy tropes and epic battles? Could you do it all? After considerable back and forth, they gave $2 million more to them to stage a version of the battle, which would take an extra week of filming, but the battle was still unworkable on paper.
Wait.
The episode's writer was Martin himself, and he was tasked with the painful duty of downsizing his own vision to, well, trying to maintain the fight's most crucial aspects to keep the horses in Stonehenge, so to speak.
Why can't they use like miniature ships and stuff? Like use miniatures. They don't have to use all big ships like size.
This is Benioff and Weiss. They don't know they can do that.
Yeah.
Don't tell them what they can or can't do because they most certainly think they can do it.
70 live horses in 1 week.
We have Lord of the Rings to have for inspiration. Like Minas Tirith was a miniature.
And it still looks good this year. Like, if they re-released Lord of the Rings in the theater, it would make New Line Cinema so much freaking money. Again.
You know the one part that I'm really disappointed
And
is
it
that
would
we
be if they did like an extended edition, like one movie a day, they would still make money because there would be hundreds of people that would say, I get to see the extended edition in theater. Yeah.
Count me in, and I'm not a fan of the books. And, Lucas, when he first started doing Star Wars, everything was miniature.
Yep.
And it looks better than anything that came out the year before or the year after.
Yeah.
It looks like it came out in the 80s, not the 70s.
Yep. But let's keep going. So Martin said we had to scale down Blackwater considerably from the book. They told me right at the start, Bridge of Boats would be impossible. What you see on the screen, according to Christopher Newman, is 10 times removed notch from the book for the first outline. Compromise was sent in pretty early on.
Actually, I have a question.
Okay.
Are there any movies that do a boat bridge?
No.
Okay.
Can I call attention to something in the chat? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone now. Akos, something about Benioff says, let's build a real fleet and burn it. And White says, brilliant.
Oh, I see it. It's right there.
These guys are really fucking retarded. Jesus fucking Christ.
If we want it to look real, let's actually make it, and then we can do it. Right, let's make an entire staircase, even though it can be there in a 1 second shot.
You know how we make a battle scene? Let's actually have people stab each other and kill each other. That will make it so much better.
Oh yeah, let's do snuff TV.
How do we show decapitation? I know, we actually decapitate people.
Okay. So, okay. So, something that was easy to adjust was having it at night rather than day. Nighttime filming meant the production got to save on special effects, and rendering detailed backgrounds, and also help with the battle's visual storytelling, i.e., it made the flaming arrows and exploding boats look cool. In other words, literally their words, not mine. Okay, so the producers also decided to make the battle as subjective as possible.
Oh, good.
What the hell does that even mean?
I don't know. Okay, this isn't bad actually. Scripting scenes around the perspective of a single character to keep the audience engaged in the story, while reducing the number of expensive wide shots of the battle that would require showing lots of ships and soldiers.
Oh. Nick Brown said something.
It's second 300 where he briefly shows the boat bridge the Persians made to cross the Greece faster.
And that was a boat bridge, if I'm remembering correctly.
Oh, yeah.
302 is kind of the only big film Space Junk. So Space Junk said kick Neph for saying that she didn't like Lord of the Rings books. That's it.
I'm a fan of the movies. The books just don't engage me.
Hey, listen,
No,
I will
don't
not
worry.
let you kick my
Don't worry,
mistress
Al-
off. If you
Oh,
kick her
don't worry.
off, I'm
Alex
going.
doesn't even like Fellowship of the Ring. He refuses to see the other two.
Oh no, I'm gonna get pulled now.
Okay, everyone, I'm gonna arrange a hit. I'm gonna get a hitman on you, Alex. I'm
No,
talking to you right
don't
now.
do that.
No.
Get out of here,
What have you done?
Kick him.
No,
Kick
just
Jay
watch the
2.0.
other two. No, just watch the other two. We'll have a discussion about it.
Oh, I'm not
the whole
watching the other.
series.
I am not watching the other two.
I'll
They're
watch
better-
those with you.
They're better than
plenty-
They're better than the. I think they're actually better than the first one. They're more engaging. They have better action.
Yeah,
I
and
think
the
I
second one
appropriately-
starts with a huge battle. So
I think I appropriately changed my username.
Don't worry.
Well, he just doesn't like good things. That's all.
Don't worry. Don't worry. He just don't worry. Don't worry. It's mostly he has no arguments against them. He just finds them boring.
See that
Yeah.
horse? Go
It's
crush
okay
this-
to be wrong. Don't worry. Don't
I-
worry.
Okay, I got a point. What Space Junk said.
No.
I did not watch The Hobbit either.
Okay, I got a point. What Space Junk said.
Based
like,
on what you said, since it's all about Bilbo and Gandalf, I think you'd like it.
Okay, I got a point. What Space Junk here said. See that horse? Go crush its kneecaps.
Smart.
Let's actually
It will improve the horse's performance. Acting performance.
kill our actors on screen.
It's pure genius. It actually saves a bunch of money on special effects if you just kill them there.
Yeah.
We actually killed Sean Bean.
Okay, so
I was wondering why he hasn't appeared in much since
All right.
then.
Yeah. Okay.
Nihilist Nihilium. How about don't kick anyone? How am I the voice of reason? Am I in the wrong dimension?
Alrighty. I love this chat. This chat's great. And we got 16 people watching, which is awesome.
Nice.
Everyone here is a likable cast of characters.
Yeah. So, okay, so the filming child. So originally, this filming style of keeping things focused on, someone who has been spared watching. Yeah, a lot of people.
Long taste, and I don't want to be friends. It's
I
okay.
enjoyed the first two.
I already blocked you on my YouTube channel. It's okay.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
I actually enjoyed the first two, but they could be cut down, and the third one didn't need to exist.
You're saying like Peter Jackson was forced to make it a trilogy. He wanted it to just be the two films.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let me see. Where is?
There's probably a cut of it.
Where we left off.
What?
Are you asking where we left off in regards to the book?
No, not where we left off in the book.
And if you don't like it, no offense, but you have boring taste, and I don't want to be friends with you.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings hater. That's what we say to you.
Yeah, he hasn't seen the Battle of Helm's Deep or the Battle of Minas Tirith.
If it helps, I don't like the films that much either.
Yes,
Okay.
join me.
Okay.
I like films better than the books.
In that case, I'm going to be cutting off Valerian's
Well,
internet.
Well,
I mean, how in any other movie can you have a scene where a guy arrives at a castle and make it look epic, like in the second and third movie?
Yeah.
Well, I have to give props though; they did a fantastic job of shooting it. The cinematography, though, kind of is annoying at times, but how they, made tiny sets and stuff.
We'll have the Lord of the Rings debate another time.
I'd be interested in that
Okay,
debate.
I'm posting a meme right about now, and it's pretty relevant to what I just said.
How can we not talk about Lord of the Rings?
Yeah,
it's amazing.
When we compare it to Game of Thrones, because that's like the best fantasy series out there. It's easily comparable.
Yeah. Well, Alex, how about this? We will all watch Lord of the Rings together, and then after we get finished, we will have a discussion about Lord of the Rings. It will be
okay. We can watch. We're gonna watch the second movie though, right? Because I already watched the first one. I'm not watching it again.
Yeah, we can watch.
When are we watching it?
I don't care. I'll watch it.
I have
because I can't make it tonight or tomorrow. I like to be there. So how about when?
Yeah, I definitely need to be there. And weekends are not good for me. So.
Oh, one at a time. One at a time. One at a time.
What we can do is we can do it on Discord and just stream it, the reaction.
I don't have the wherewithal to do that. I don't have the streaming tech.
I can do this. We can do it on my channel. It's just OBS, I think, in order to do it. I imagine.
And then we can have it on both channels.
My thought was I can. Okay, so I can have. Okay, so here's how. So normally, what I do is when I watch a movie, because if you watch a movie, you are likely to get struck down.
Thunderstruck.
So what I do, what a lot of like people like EFAP or Jay Longbone or stuff, they will record their reaction and then edit it. So
maybe we should just watch the movie first and then come back afterwards.
So what I could do is I can bring about 10 people into Streamlabs. So here's my thought. We set up a Streamlab theater. We share the movie. Somebody streams the movie. I actually think that I actually own them. I just need to figure out how to set up iTunes on this computer that has gotten pretty much everything eaten
I
up by
have the
Windows 10.
extended editions.
Oh, you have extended editions? Okay, we'll just do that. Okay.
Extended editions? Oh no.
Hey, it's the listen.
They're fine.
Alex,
We will watch
Alex,
one.
Alex. The extended editions are
You
the
better be
proper
careful
way
there.
to.
We're live.
Listen, listen, Alex Jones.
Yeah, the extended editions are the proper way to watch them.
Yeah, they're the proper way. They're the correct way you should watch Lord of the Rings.
Oh great, this is gonna take 4 hours of time just to watch the movie.
No, it's 3 hours long. Collectively, it'll take you a total of 9 hours to finish the entire trilogy.
No,
I thought
it's
the
11.
extended edition
No, the full thing of the extended edition for all 3 movies is 11 hours.
Someone in the comment section should make a timestamps for this stream. We have a lot of different topics already on this one stream alone.
Yeah, let's get back to Fire Kid for the Dragon.
Okay, so the length of Two Towers Extended Edition is 3 hours and 43 minutes with 15 minutes of credits. Okay. So the filming style of making it kind of focused on singular familiar character. It became a unifying thing across all the battles and thrones. So David Benioff, there's a vast epic way of shooting battles where you see an army of 100,000 attacking an army of 200,000. There's also a more ground's eye view where you're an infantryman just seeing what's in front of you, and that can be a really visceral way of shooting the battle. We were trying to make it feel real and gritty and dirty. Anytime you read according to Dan Weiss, any military account of an actual soldier's experience of battle, whether it's in ancient Rome or all the way to Vietnam and beyond, it's never, then this flank, move over to here, then this flank. It's always, there was a chaotic cluster screw, and I didn't know which way I was going, and I was half the time not sure if I was shooting my own guys. No, that works fine.
He really seems really uncomfortable with this whole fantasy stuff.
Yeah, he kind of does. So, and yet the Battle of the Blackwater didn't cut down to its barest necessities. The plans still didn't fit their schedule.
Oh, good lord.
We have to dumb it down to football players and soccer moms.
Yeah. George R. R. Martin, we had a director who kept saying, cut this, cut that. I can't make that day. Make the day. I kept removing elements, and it was getting to the point where it was getting as bad as the jousting tournament in terms of how cut down it was. Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Done?
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt, but can I read for a little bit if you don't mind? As I have a book.
Sure. I'm mostly basically the thing that I'm doing is I'm not reading the book. I'm kind of summarizing a lot of the not so bad bits, but sure, you can read it if you want.
And then it goes on to say, and then a few weeks before filming, the director had an unexpected family emergency and had to drop out. And George R. R. Martin said,
The director said it.
Oh, I done quite a lot of work prepping the episode, the director said. Very sadly, I had an illness in the family and I had to leave. I knew I was leaving them with a difficult time, but it was absolutely unavoidable. Now the production found another problem. After all the pleading and negotiation with HBO for money and latitude to stage a climactic battle, they were less than a month away from shooting and they didn't have a definitive plan or director. Which, just shows how bad and how piss poor a job HBO did here. They truly were they had a huge show, and they know they did, and yet they truly groveled and pulled their feet on every little thing. And I really hate D&D, and I don't want to feel for them, but damn, this had to be horrible, to be honest. It's just mismanagement across all different levels.
Don't feel bad for D&D, feel bad for Martin.
Yeah, that you gotta feel bad for.
Yeah, I think the problem is basically like HBO, like they were on thin ice with HBO, like after the failed pilot, I imagine.
Yeah, but
one would hope so.
So,
well, David Benioff, our father, is the CEO of Goldman Sachs. So,
oh, Captain Crow.
What?
Check the memes right quick.
Oh, shit. I'll show that at the end. We'll show that at the end.
You haven't done that forever.
Well, we haven't had any new memes, really.
Dude, we've been having memes for quite a bit.
But they're mostly just... Okay, where is it? I haven't checked the news in a while. Okay. Okay, we will... Then I mostly just get, like, that many memes.
Oh God, what is here?
I can't see it.
Oh my.
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Okay.
What?
What are you
I'm
all
missing
laughing at? I can't see it.
Oh, likable group of characters. I guess the one guy is okay. The girl is cool. I don't know about the other tree, but that wolf, man, he is kind of a sim.
But Neph is
Hello?
not mediocre.
No, no,
That
we,
wolf, he's kind of a simp. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
okay, he's a sycophant. There's a difference.
Who, me?
Yes.
He's a man of good taste, is what he is. But yes, he's a sycophant.
Hold on. What the fuck?
Oh, good taste. Oh, that is terrible,
Oh, I've
terrible,
been tagged.
terrible,
Oh.
terrible implication.
Really, I'm insincere flatterer.
So essentially, what is it? So essentially, what is it? So Wolf has tasted the nectar of Neph's skin and wants more.
Oh.
What the?
Yeah, this started all the way back in August. This started all okay. Let me explain, guys. This started all the way back in August with a joke I made, and then Dunn's like, and it's like Wolf stopped dominating Neph, or Neph stopped dominating Wolf, and then ever since then I quit pursuing. I've been pursuing her love for the past 3 months.
Aw, thank you.
No problem.
No, it's just no, it's this where she.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, so Bernie Caulfield or Bernadette Caulfield, first year on the show. This was my first year on the show and probably my first fight with David and Dan. They're like, let's get so and so, and I said 90% of this is action. We need somebody who really knows action. It's not easy. We should look at Neil Marshall. So David Benioff. Neil did Centurion and Dog Soldiers, movies where the guy is doing an incredible amount of really impressive action on a very thin budget.
Shotgun.
Yeah. Have you never seen Snow White? Have you ever seen Mirror Mirror? There's an actual line where he says, "I yearn for the nectar of her skin." And
What?
Yep. Okay, so Bernie Caulfield, other directors kept getting mentioned. I'm telling you, we need an action director. Then David calls me up. That time we didn't know each other well, and he goes, "Okay, Ernie, we're going to go with your idea to hire Neil." I swear to gosh, my stomach dropped. I'm like, wait, my idea? This was a community decision. I hung up the phone and said, crap, now it's my idea. I'm responsible for this guy doing our first battle. That's interesting. That seems like it's very much a foisting the blame on somebody else, but it doesn't work. Thankfully it did work, but that's shady.
Yeah, that's very, very, very shady behavior.
I don't know why there's so much behind the scenes drama with this show. How hard is it to make a good show and not have all this drama? I don't hear this coming from Breaking Bad or anything like that.
It's because Benioff and Weiss have no idea what they're fucking doing.
And these producers, they don't want the blame either. They're just like, hey, these people don't know what they're doing. Let's just put it all on them.
Yeah.
Even though they're literally producing, it's their job to help organize the show and
This
produce
is probably
it.
the tip of
It's
the iceberg,
in the name.
This is probably the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We haven't gotten to 7 and 8. We're still in 2. We kind of did a hop, skip, and a jump over most of season 2 and are now here.
It's the Starbucks cup all over again.
Yeah. Where they literally have where there's a Starbucks cup in front of Emilia Clarke.
Hey, to be fair, Winterfell actually
It
has
was
a
not
Starbucks.
hers. It was not. It wasn't her coffee cup. Like she vehemently denies it, even though like Benioff said, "This time you came clean about the coffee cup," in that Kylo Ren voice he has.
Oh, and Emilia
I'm more likely to believe her than him.
Yeah,
Emilia
because David
Clarke had a
Benioff does a
lovely
path.
comment about that.
Yeah,
She
because
says, she says, that's some bus you threw me under.
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the coffee cup belonged to Benioff or Weiss.
I think it might, yeah, because Benioff, like, he has admitted that I was a pathological liar as a kid, and he's still he still has that kind of mentality of a 13-year-old in a man's body, in a 50-year-old dude's body, to this day, where he'll like send out fake scripts that are just barely not real enough, like the fact that Theon Greyjoy was going to die, and he made Alfie Allen think that he was going to die in season 2.
You do not want a guy like that in charge of anything.
Yeah. And it's basically just Benioff playing pranks on people. It's nobody else is playing pranks, and it's just
you're getting a love interest in season 5. Oh, really?
He's a serial rapist.
Oh, that's gross.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's despicable.
Tee-hee.
Yeah.
So love interest, that's a whole different meaning than rape.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Alex what is it? Alex Graves. Alex Graves. Yeah, I very rarely say this, but Alex Graves can get, like, for that comment alone, Alex Graves is going to go
go straight to hell. Just say
he's finding the clip right now.
Yeah. Alex
You're
Graves.
going to burn in a very special level of hell. A level they reserve for child molesters and people who talk at the theater.
Yes.
People who talk at the theater.
You're going to go to a special level of hell, the one they reserve for child molesters and people who talk at the theater.
Oh, hey, me and him will be roommates because I talk at the theaters.
Yeah.
It'll be a special place in hell for you, boy.
Yeah. So, so Neil Marshall, he was aware of Game of Thrones when it was season 1 was happening, and he thought, this is really my kind of thing. And his agent contacted HBO, and he said, if there's a chance, I'd like to be there to be able to direct an episode. The response was like, we have our directors. Thank you very much. Whoa. Wow.
How many directors do they have?
I don't know.
They seriously said that?
Yeah,
at
how
least
many?
that was
3 or 4, maybe?
They deserve a bitch slap once or twice.
Let me see. Let me show you guys.
Oh, good lord.
Okay, and what the? Okay, that what? This is really,
it's very.
Yeah, my agent can't say. I'd like to be able to direct an episode. Yeah, our directors, thank you. So I got an emergency call for Bernie to come and fix the situation in that.
From what I gather, it was a bit out of control. Wow.
So, from what I gather, it was a bit out of control. She asked if I would like to direct the episode. I was like, absolutely. I'm thinking this will be a few months' time. She said, it's on Monday morning, and you've got a week to plan. Wow!
Oh, good lord. I mean, I know there are people who can do that, but...
That's insane.
Yeah,
wow.
it's insane.
it's hard enough for a non-action episode, but an episode that's mostly battle for the whole, I'd say, good 2/3 of the episode. Wow, I'm shocked that episode was not worse for wear, to be honest.
This is like Battle of the Bastards all over again.
Mm-hmm.
This is it's like wow. Ouch, dang.
We're only in season 2, everybody. Can't wait for
He
good
pulled
stuff.
off a miracle, is what he did.
Yeah, and they told him, "Hey, I represent the perv side of the audience. This episode doesn't have enough nudity in it. Please put in a nude, ambiguously brown women in this scene."
Did they really say that?
This entire episode is supposed to be about a battle.
Mm-hmm. Wow. What?
Just okay. It's like Jesus. Benioff and his ambiguously done women fetish just knows no bounds.
So are they in the battle? Then? So are they going to be in the battle?
I don't know.
Yeah. So
but you can't
can do that.
have
ambiguously brown women in the battle.
Yeah, they're seriously lucky that he's a very experienced battle director. Dang it. Okay,
Yeah.
so David Benioff, Neil had never seen the show before, so they gave him a crash course in season 1 and talked him through the story constantly. Fast learner. Thankfully, he was a fast learner, really enthusiastic, fell in love with it, ended up being a good choice. Neil Marshall. Dan and Dave weren't like, this is it, and you gotta do it. They wanted ideas. Military history is a hobby of mine, so I brought a sense of strategy to the battle. Because in the script, 40,000 people arrive at the beach and they stand around a door. They had this stuff up at sea and green fire, but once they got to the beach, it wasn't really clear what they wanted. Who was trying to achieve what?
What?
How the fuck did you manage that?
Okay, did you just say it's not clear who was trying to achieve what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are defenders and those are procedures. How hard is this?
Very hard for them, apparently.
Well, we kind of forgot how to basic story.
This is that you guys do. We want it. I got ideas. Military history was a hobby of mine, so I brought a sense of strategy to the table. It's good 40.
Well, you know, this kind of fits with the Battle of Winterfell in episode 3.
They can't. I was like, they can't just stand around. They got to be doing
other things.
I mean, no wonder everything got so damn stupid in season 7 and 8.
They were already stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still mad that they speared me from a mile away.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Well, you see, they shot you 3 times because they thought you were a deer.
Wrong dragon. Wrong dragon. You're thinking.
Oh, wait. Oh,
You're
wait.
thinking of the green one.
Oh, wait. Oh, right. You were speared kind of hardly there. Are you sure you took quite the it was quite the log spear as well. Are you all right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I take another kind of spearing these days, but that's fine.
Yeah. So, on an unrelated note, like this made me think of this. So I actually recently got some of my old my USBs that have some amusing things from my mission that maybe sometime we can watch because they're really funny. Like when one of my friends rode on the front of a car. Basically what happened was he jumped in front of the car as we were driving out, and then my companion kept driving forward, and then he leaped onto the hood of the car and hung on, and then we just kept going.
What? Repeat that again. I didn't hear that. All right. Mr. Guy. What was the context again? I missed the context of that.
Yeah.
This was on a mission?
I'm a mission. I use an LDS mission to Kansas.
How did the guy get on his hood of his car again?
Well, basically they were driving basically, so we were pulling out of this parking lot, and then we started driving, and then cut to one of the other missionaries came up and was like miming that he was going to stop the car, but my companion just kept going at a slow pace, and then he just jumped forward, put his hands under the back of the hood between the hood and the windshield, hung on, and we just kept going at like, I think it was like 15 or 20 miles an hour.
What?
For
He's
like 5
lucky
minutes.
you weren't going faster.
Well, we had just barely like pulled out of our parking slot, and we just drove forward. And then our district leader, who's this kind of shrimpy nerdy guy, who's like kind of almost like the stereotypical bucktooth nerd, was yelling from the other car, unapproved, unapproved, unapproved.
Wait, what? Oh, what?
Yeah, it was a very, very funny and amusing experience. It was a very entertaining experience, I have to say, and I have it on film. Yeah, my mission was fun, or the time where I don't know if I can show it, but I can at least tell it where my one of my companions put biofreeze on his junk.
Oh my god.
What the hell? Why?
Yeah.
Like, why at all would
he could,
someone ever
and because
do that?
because well,
obviously you all.
I haven't. Well, I haven't. Well, I didn't say he didn't die.
It's the mystery of the truths.
Oh dear God.
No, he didn't die. He lived.
Spoiler.
Oh
yeah.
Whew,
Yeah.
thank goodness. Oh my god.
Yeah, you did not die. Yeah, and Christensen, who did not die. Yeah, we've gotten way off topic because this is kind of just This is mostly just like only occasionally like stupid.
Maybe we should show the memes now.
Yeah, we'll get the memes.
Memes.
We'll get to the memes later. Well, how about we do a meme stream tomorrow as part of like we just do like a hangout stream on Wednesday since I got.
Oh, we could also mix it up with some Cards Against. We could also mix it up with some Cards Against Humanity.
I'm down.
I would be down for that.
I'll pretend
you're to put like memes like something.
Oh wait, hang on. I don't think I can make. That's if I can make it on Wednesday. That's if I can make it on Wednesday since my brother is coming over.
What you can do is we could just post. We can just share the memes on the stream. Done.
You gave it up too soon. I don't care. I let it play out like it for a little bit. I'm fine with that. But I mostly just want to get back to the book and just at least finish this chapter since we've been at this chapter for like an hour and a half already.
Okay. What about tomorrow we do memes and Cards Against Humanity?
No, it has to be Wednesday. I have a dentist appointment. I have a teeth cleaning appointment at 1:15. So
that's if I'm available on Wednesday. That's if I'm available on Wednesday. My brother's coming over.
Oh. Well, sorry, I won't. I like physically cannot make it on
Tuesday.
Yeah.
What about Thursday?
Yeah, come on. Thursday we can do that, I guess.
All right. Then. Thursday, Cards Against Humanity. Be there, everyone, for Neph to win another 300 rounds. Because you're the cute.
Yeah, we're not exaggerating either. I have literally won every single Cards Against Humanity game that we have played.
And I cannot hate you for doing so, you adorable little cat girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is Treasure Planet all over again. You just have little adorable, like three little cat babies and one and one dog boy. Yeah. For anybody who's seen
my
Treasure
name
Planet,
is such a meme.
Just gonna pet your ears.
My name is such a meme.
Let's see the reigning champion. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So Neil Marshall reversed everything the previous director said. Marshall was like, put in more. And I put so much back that I had previously taken out and even added some stuff I hadn't thought of before. He was the hero of that episode. Dang. Well done.
Just goes to show what you can get done when you have the right person in charge.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he invented the boat that came in. So Neil Marshall, I invented the boat and came in and was turned upside down with a battering ram suspended underneath the out of the gate. By bringing the ladders and grappling hooks and gave the scene more sense of purpose. And we had Stannis climb the wall and have a good fight up there and cut someone's head off. Well, the top of somebody's head off. Once filming began, the challenges did not let up. It had a number of grueling nighttime shoots, and it would test the crew's physical and mental stamina, and their ability to perform at their best in the environment was universally described as torturous. So, with the exception of the action on the boat, it was shot in Magramorn Quarry, and it was pouring rain in October, freezing cold old mud with mud up to your knees. Very draining for everybody involved, especially the extras who just had to stand around in the rain, and they were worried that it would look that they were doing the cliche of a battle in the pouring rain, but it's real rain and we wouldn't do anything about it. We couldn't do anything about it. Christopher Newman, it's like moving a locomotive. There was no way of stopping. Whatever we didn't finish on time wasn't going to be in the film or the show. I wonder why he didn't say he said film rather than show. That's weird. That wasn't a slip of the tongue. That was me. Weird. And the conditions were horrendous. Eugene Michael Simon, 3 days. They had 3 days of rain. Fourth day it stopped. Suddenly everyone's like, "Oh crap! What are we going to do?" Because the continuity didn't match, and we had tons of stuff to do. What happened was the most elaborate example of adapting I'd ever seen on set. There was a natural salt lake at the bottom of the quarry, and the water, when it was below freezing, it didn't ice over because it was salt water. They ran a fire hose from the bottom of this freezing cold lake, and a man could hold a fire hydrant on the top of the wall for the scene where Tyrion was giving his speech. If I'm half a man, what does that make you? The deadly cold water from the lake was fired up into the air so it could rain down on us while Peter had to expertly give this professional speech. You can see our breath evaporating since we're all freezing. It looks like we're in the north. Interesting.
That is something that you can fix in post. You did not need to do that, you goddamn morons.
I'm reminded of the Last Watch now.
Yeah. So Peter.
Last Watch all over again.
So Dan Wise, Peter in those scenes didn't have to act tired because it was 4 o'clock in the morning. He'd had rain pouring on him for 8 hours straight. He was bleary, weary, and tired. It was miserable. Neil Marshall. But Peter was quite giddy that he was going to get out and start hitting people with an axe. He was really excited about leading the army and topping a guy's leg off and stuff like that. It was a nice change for the character rather than, drinking and whoring and whatever else. And it's interesting because they cut out like Tyrion fighting along the bridge of ships from the book, and like Peter, I think it was possibly because like they just didn't have the budget to do that, but they cut out like Peter Dinklage being able to just go ham on people. So Peter Dinklage, some people rely on funny drunk Tyrion. Funny and drink only lasts so long. George R. R. Martin. Tyrion's speech on the steps, pretty much verbatim from the book. There are brave men and out there, let's go kill them. I love that scene. Okay. So you got to have a certain amount of confidence to pull that type of character off. I make it not my confidence. I make it not my confidence, but the character's confidence. So maybe that might seem like unconfident. It's really just the fact that this character, Tyrion, is sort of confident, I guess, Peter Dinklage. So the battle scenes were intercut with what's his face? Tyrion with Cersei awaiting her fate in Maegor's Holdfast, Queen Rhaegar becoming drunk, and mocking Sansa. Okay. So kind of a quote from Lena Headey. It's one of the first time we see Cersei so brazen. She's usually pretty snaky, being drunk, thinking she may die. She's just letting Sansa have it.
Mm-hmm. And Nick, I know that it's one of the hardest things to do. That does not change my point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's this masochistic mentor or relationship where she can't help but torture Sansa. And I think it's driven by envy and frustration that as women we're stuck. You know what I mean? She thinks she's helping her, but yeah, she's just horrid. Neil Marshall, I remember talking to Lena and saying Cersei is basically acting like a drunk aunt at a wedding. It's like she's had a few too many drinks and can't control her mouth. And she was like, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. So Hetty could empathize with Cersei's envy. Her character told Sansa, I would rather face 1,000 swords than be shut up inside with this flock of frightened hens. Hetty likewise longed for bona fide action scenes. Lena, I was begging them for a sword and a horse. That's very awesome. Not putting in the character, but okay.
Well, she was Sarah Connor in the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yeah, she got to fight in what is it? What is it? 302.
Wait, she was in 300?
Yeah, she's Queen Gorgo. She just has brown hair.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. So
she looked better in my subjective opinion, she looks better with brown hair.
Oh yeah, I for
That's
sure agree with that.
It's subjective.
Yeah, I kind of agree. But yeah, Lena Headey, she's a really attractive lady. She was very, very talented. She's extremely talented as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. So for a lot of scenes at Blackwater Bay, they constructed the boat in an entirely unremarkable car park, aka parking lot. Sea was added later with visual effects. The boat was the show's biggest and was repeatedly used visual effects cheat. Every sailing boat on the show was actually the same boat, except for the bow of Euron Greyjoy's Silence. So most of the Blackwater Bay was filmed in a quarry. Cunningham was in a car park, eyeing an approaching quote-unquote barge filled with deadly wildfire. In the reality, the barge was just a little thing. It's only about 6 feet long with 2 pipes leaking green liquid out of it while 2 guys pushed it up the car park. That's funny. In the episode, Bronn uses flaming arrow to ignite the wildfire. Suddenly, green explosion blows away the fleet. And the viewers. Oh, that's funny. The resulting green explosion consumed the bulk of Stannis' fleet and blew away viewers, finishing the effects by the what? Finishing the effects of this by this episode's air date went down to the very last minute. Huh?
What?
Oh no.
No.
Okay.
Are you meaning to tell me that there was no post-production done?
Oh my god.
Seriously?
Okay.
Oh my god, George Lucas is just angry because post-production is his favorite thing to do.
Okay, so David Benioff, we were turning in VFX shots on Blackwater a week before airing. Wow.
The fucking
Oh god.
Yep. This is big brain time.
This is exactly like what happened with the Bells. They were saying that they were working on a CGI 2 weeks before the finale. 2 weeks before or the finale.
that brings credence to the whole Daenerys wasn't originally going crazy idea.
Yeah.
An
that
original
exploded.
idea.
Yeah, Dragon Demands exploded the whole evil Danny thing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's
I don't
like okay.
interrupt,
Oh,
but I
go
have
for
to
it.
go now. I'll try to make
Okay.
it back to the stream. If not, thank you all for having me.
I think. Well, actually, like we're nearly finished with the chapter. We'll just call it here. Unless like chapter 9, we could always just chapter 9, but I think we can stop at just chapter 8 since we've covered like a lot of chapters. We're currently at page 124.
Wow.
So
yeah,
and the next chapter is just there's literally like just a couple, like 3 paragraphs, and then we're finished with this chapter.
All right, I'll
so
wait till that.
Okay. So HBO Quality Control got the tapes with 20 minutes to spare before the deadline.
Fucking
wow.
What?
Yeah.
So for proof,
20 minutes before the deadline.
Yes, Crix
Minutes
and
as in minutes, as in 60 seconds.
These two are stupidly incompetent. God damn.
Yeah, they are.
Here's the proof. Here's the
says-
proof.
Lieutenant via
Yeah.
during official effects shots on Blackwater a week before airing. HBO guns on the
Just for
ground.
notification.
One target on the got the James with 20 minutes to spare before the deadline.
Ugh.
Yeah, this stuff usually takes months, sometimes 2
This
weeks
book is
before
totally not an
airing.
indictment.
These people are absolute morons.
Yeah.
We've been saying that.
Yeah, well, it's not. Yeah,
It is
and they're
not.
morons not because, and they're morons not because just because they're not very good writers. They don't understand the basic elements of production. They
And
keep
they are
screwing
so
up over
stubborn.
and over again. They keep screwing up over and over
Mhm.
again. It's just basic stuff.
And it's the same thing over and over again, too. So they learned absolutely nothing over the course of making Game of Thrones.
They did
Yeah.
negative learning.
Oh,
What is learning?
I
Seems to be
love
regret.
nihilist nihilism. A week?
Yep.
That's even
Yeah.
worse.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Johan's going to bed. Good night, Johan.
Good night,
Night,
Jan.
night.
Yeah. So when George R. R. Martin, when the wildfire explodes, it's glorious. It's one of my favorite episodes of the show. It's certainly my favorite of the 4 I wrote throughout the series. Christopher Newman, Blackwater was a litmus test of what they could pull off. They did something they never thought possible before that. The confidence that came out of it set the tone for the subsequent seasons. Liam Cunningham, Neil texted me a review from Rolling Stone that said that this is possibly the best hour of television that's ever been made. And Neil, who had never done television before, said, not bad for a first timer.
Well, it helps that he's really, really good at action. And it doesn't really matter what kind of action it is for a movie or for a TV show. If it's for a TV show, that just means that your time constraints are a bit tighter.
What? Okay, so I just clicked on something. Guess what Amelia Clark's full name is? Amelia Isabel Euphemia Rose Clark.
Euphemia?
Yep. Euphemia is the one I remember. Was the only one I remember of all those.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Mary Sue name to me.
Euphemia is actually the name of a character in Code Geass.
Oh, I know that. I know that. But her entire name altogether sounds like a Mary Sue name.
Amelia Clark.
Really
for
does.
I am all the Mary Sues.
Oh, Rise of Skywalker, please. God. I hate that movie with a fucking passion.
You want to know something funny? And this is, and I know it's off topic, but I had to point this out. Whenever sequel lines are used, it's always in mocking of it.
Yeah, it's never meant to celebrate it.
The best mocking lines are from the legacy characters, too.
Holy cow! Holy cow! The next next chapter is 18 pages long. Wow.
Feel free. We'll take care of that another time.
Yeah, we'll take care of that.
Length. Dear Lord.
Yeah, in fact,
what is it about? What's it about, the next chapter?
So it's titled Fire and Ice. And it's about I think it's about Danny and Karth.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
actually,
and-
hang on. Since we're ending the stream here, let's show the memes, shall we?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Since
top
we're
meme
ending,
of the.
all right.
um,
Somebody else, if somebody else could share it or their screen, that would be great.
All
Just
right.
go up to the very beginning.
Okay.
Any of the memes. Well, actually,
I think we'll
don't-
say up to October 20. I would say up to October 20.
October 9th?
No, okay, here it is. October 20th.
Yeah.
So that's the start of the new memes. And top meme of the week is, in fact, it's a tie between two people. Actually, it's a tie between Nihilus Nihilium and none other than Wise Wolf.
Let me see. So, oh my gosh, Akko said, "So Neph is a thought then."
No, I'm not.
And as you are noting, I am like loading shotgun. Don't call her that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see. So,
Nope.
I think it's actually not. It's October 20th.
Yeah, October 20th.
Yeah.
Was it earlier? Was it earlier?
No,
when
October
it's like-
20th. I remember last stream you did show off all the dreams I made of you just trolling people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. So
and this is the ones where I
technically,
said-
all the new memes start at October 20th.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think
everyone-
Neff's got it.
Yep.
Maybe just did I just hear someone mention my name?
Hey, now it's Nihilium. Take a bow, good sir. Take a bow.
Yeah. Season.
Yeah, this
referring
is-
to Game of Thrones season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, the Dorne plotline, and then a little side thing of season 6, then
Season
season 7 collapsing with the White Hunt, and then season 8 cracking it in half with Mad Queen Dany.
Some people put it as the long night, but
Game of Thrones is supposed to be.
I think that Mad Queen Dany did more damage than the Long Night, honestly. Because
Yeah.
okay,
One
so
real-
Game of Thrones was supposed to be one of the greatest TV shows ever created, but instead it became yet another. Well, the first seasons were good, but then it goes to crap.
Yep.
it's kind of relevant because they were both made Belfast.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Nokia visit selected by
NASA to build
by
NASA, you dumbass.
Oh no!
the first
NASA.
4G mobile phone network on the moon.
A meteor destroying the moon in 100 years. Nokia's 4G infrastructure.
Okay, so Mr.
Mhm.
King Emperor Penguin also please subscribe to his channel. He's great. I played a dangerous game and I lost. There's another and then another variant. Angry losing noises.
Tragic.
Let's keep going down. Dragon after using all the CGI budget at everyone
Drogon.
who Drogon after using all the CGI budget at everyone who wanted John to pat CGI Ghost. Tragic. Sipping.
On his Starbucks coffee.
Yep.
Specifically.
Okay. Crow, do you know this bird by any chance?
Quack.
And then crack. And then
Yeah,
and then
that's from a
that
web-
one.
that's from
and
a-
then
that's
that
from a-
one. Oh,
Yeah,
that one.
that image I shared is actually one from a webtoon novel, a webtoon I'm reading. It updates every Saturday. It's called Dior. It's a nice one.
Yeah, but it's basically
Nice.
like, yeah. So if she had
Oh.
3 dragons, the show would have ended 2 seasons ago. Gotta train your Drogon. Okay. Dragon demands. Dragon demand. Yeah,
Dragon
how to train your
demands in a
Drogon.
nutshell. I drink and I know things.
Oh yeah, this is when he showed up on the stream.
Yeah.
Suddenly, dragon.
Suddenly, dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem, Nylium. You should take it. You, sir, did a nice job.
Yeah. Yeah, these memes are fantastic. In fact, when hit by a lightsaber, a person dies.
And that's fact number 1 mil. That's fact number 1,399,000.
Yep. The
Yeah.
Star Wars Facts Church.
Yep.
The best prequel duel is the Battle of the Heroes. The best OG duel is the battle between Luke and Vader. And the best sequel duel? What do you mean?
They're not found.
Yep. Indeed.
Let's see. Well, shit.
Scientists are left baffled after discovering an expanding crack on the moon. A strange crack found on the moon that continues to widen. Did anybody have moon hatching for November?
Oh, fucking gamers! I get that.
Okay. So, Writing Wolf. So it's coming time to unfreeze you, my dear. I don't know what that's referencing.
This is
Emperor Nero Claudius.
It's
Saber.
Red Saber.
Okay, so first time in the stream for this book because I didn't want to relive it. So basically this book is actually just kind of a series of David Benioff and D.B. Weiss admitting how incompetent they are in terms of time management.
Yes.
Among other things.
Yeah.
I go for.
It should have been quicker.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Whenever Wolf or someone wants to talk to Neph.
You rang.
And then look what I put down below.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll keep that in mind. Maybe.
You know, I'm something of a hip youth myself. Yeah, I think that's a.
Behold the likable cast of characters take notes.
Oh no! I don't want this to get hold of us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nihilist nihilism. Forced diversity. Lucasfilm Story Group. Well-written plot, likable characters, and a love of fans. The first one is questionable. What first one? The one about likable group of characters. I guess the one guy is okay. The girl is cool. I don't know about the other tree, but Wolfman, he is kind of a simp. Lol. Neph is not mediocre. Please, no blood here. Neph is a champion. You're mediocre, Wolf. Can't simp if the woman isn't mediocre. Oh, this crap is getting hot, boys.
So Neph is so Neph is a then Arcos loads shotgun. Don't call her that.
Loads howitzer in your general direction. Eat rule breaker crow.
I got
arrow
the reference.
I know you did. Points arrow of heart. Points arrow of Artemis in general vicinity.
Aw, it's so cute when you RP.
Akos, that can't hurt because I don't know where it is. But here's Writing Wolf, Dr. Crow, eat crow pie. Akos, don't need to know. It'll hit everything. Because that the arrow of Artemis, that's a Don Machi reference. It's her super ultra powerful arcanum. My love for Neph is not wrong. Oh, that's a Five Nights at Freddy's reference. That's actually a line in there. It's at the end of Five Nights at Freddy's Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. It's if you salvage all the animatronics and survive till the end. But yeah. The person that's burning is the person that murdered all these children and created this entire thing to happen. The ancient Greek philosopher Diogenes was known for mocking people, and watching a hopeless archer failing to hit his target, Diogenes went set bite, saying it was the safest place. When he saw a prostitute's son throwing rocks at a crowd, he said, "Careful, son, don't hit your father."
Yeah.
He was a savage.
Mm-hmm.
Diogenes told Alexander the Great when asked, "What does he want from him?" "You're standing in front of the sun. Fuck off."
Yep. And that ends. I'm so
What are you talking about? Oh, name we got the female, and come on, what check boxes don't we hit?
Just having
we got
our count.
We got our strong, independent women.
It's like that's one check mark.
We have a gay dragon because I have a sexual relationship with Parthenex, so that's a check. Who's next?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the stream. Thank you all for coming. But I have to say one final thing.
I love you, Neph.
Date already. Yes. Date already. This is getting tiresome.
Holy shit. Okay, we're going.
Bye, guys.
Bye.